Georgia said thank you, Master Wizard Steve. And Georgia said, oh yeah, feeling energized and pumped. Looking forward to this call. That's what's up. So let's start off like we always do in a good way. All right, so let's just sit up nice and tall. Let's sit up and enter the digital dojo together. And so taking a deep breath in, feel your spine start to lengthen upward. Exhaling a smile, allowing the shoulders to soften. Taking 3 more deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and letting out a sigh if you like. Dropping into our chair, dropping into our body. One more, grounding into our body. Giving thanks for this day, thanks for this moment, thanks for this community. And see yourself as a pillar of light. Just wherever you may be on the planet, and feel we're creating this grid, this network of support, of strength, love, and courage today. Yeah, so thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. And then we're gonna rub the hands, just make a fire. Make a fire. All right. So this is our Lao Gong, where we project energy and receive energy. So we're just gonna rub our hands, make that fire. Take a couple more deep breaths. And bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly. And just feel the heart and take 3 more breaths. And these breaths, breathe really big into the lungs. Bring a smile to our lungs and our heart. Bring our heart into coherence, entering the inner temple. Feeling the temperature of your hands on your body. Then massage the body. Thank you to this body temple. Thank you for this life. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Mama Gaia, Mother Earth. Hallelujah. So we start off in a good way, you know? Yeah, really a pleasure and an honor to be here with y'all. And great to see you. Daniel, welcome, my man. Welcome, everybody. So today we have a packed course and masterclass. So I want to go right into a few slides of what you can expect, what we're going to go through, and then we're going to go into some deep breath work practice. We're going to go through some deep movement practice, and I'm going to let you know about what we're up to with the academy and the trainings and all of the exciting things that are cooking. Okay, so if you're stoked and ready, just give me some hands up. Let me see. Just raise the roof, you know. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen right quick. And here we go, boom. So welcome today. You know, one of my intentions is to help prepare y'all for this new year, okay? It's important to track the seasons of change. So last year we went through a metal ox year. Raise your hand if last year was hard for you. If you're like, man, I kind of got hit upside the head a few more times than I'd like, right? I know I did. I was like, oh, what is happening? God, please help me, you know? So if that was happening, know that we all went through a cleansing period, right? That metal element can be sharp, it can be cold, it can be hard sometimes. And that metal ox, you know, we tilled the soil and did the hard work to now be here. And this new year that just started 3 days ago, the Lunar New Year is Water Tiger, okay? So I'm gonna give you some key points to take away. And if you have a journal, feel free. If not, just breathe it in, okay? Number 1, water, right? We tilled the soil, now we can receive the water element, right? We've done the hard work, and now we can allow more flow, okay? And the tiger is courage, right? The tiger is also boldness and beauty and adventure, okay? And so for me, the theme for this year is all about structured flow. How can I just create the structure in my life and show up for my priorities, right? In my prime priorities, right? My movement practice and my spiritual practice. If I'm doing those every day, my cup's gonna overflow. And now I'm able to show up for my wife, my daughter, my community, my students, for life, because I'm filled up, right? And far too often we put everything else ahead of our own nourishment, right? And I've definitely done this when I've been stressed. I'm like, it's all about business. It's all about, it's like, no, or it's all about my partner. It's like, wait, how can I show up more centered and more grounded? The change starts within, right? So look at that in your life. What are your priorities? What are your soul goals for this year? Okay. And so just marinate on that and then put it in your schedule. Okay. So after this call, put in your schedule journal, right? Put it in your phone. Like these are my practices. This is what I want to show up for. Okay. So let's keep rocking and rolling. So big why. Before we do anything, it's important to know why, right? So just sit with yourself for a moment and ask yourself, why are you here today? Why are you here in this moment, in this class? And what's your bigger why, right? Some of your bigger whys for what you do on this planet. So I do this for you, right? For strength, to heal the collective pain and disconnection and fear from our hearts. I do this for our future children and our grandchildren. I do this for the earth and our ancestors, right? And so just beginning to tune in, right? Just allowing that energy, that bigger why to direct your life, right? And these are the skills you're going to learn today to reconnect to that bigger why that allows you to follow through, right? The water is also the kidney chi, to follow through, okay? To follow through. And let me just see a show. How many of y'all feel like you have pretty good follow through? Like you say you're going to do something, you do. Raise your hand if you're like, yeah, right? And now, if you're kind of iffy, that's cool. Now if you're like, man, I really suck at that, raise your hand. I've been terrible at it before, right? There's no shame where we're at, right? So the first step of self-mastery is being honest with where we're at, right? And knowing there's always room for improvement, okay? And making sure we don't beat ourselves up for it, okay? So let's keep rocking here. So, I'm looking for a small group of highly committed beings to pass on these ancient teachings of transformation, all right? If you don't know, we have a modern mystery school. So here we go. This is day number 1, masterclass. The theme of the earth is to control your thoughts, learn to control your nervous system, learn to tap into your body intelligence. So what you learned today, 2 breathing techniques to begin to master your breath and controlling your nervous system. This will clear stress chemicals from your body, dissolve, overwhelm, and feel. It will focus your mind and activate the flow state. And the second thing will be movement mastery. We're going to go through a simple animal flow, increasing your strength, flexibility, opening some blocked channels, and once again, entering that flow state. All right, quick question. All right, this is something that you can write down if you want, or just marinate it on your mind. We're assessing the earth element, okay, within our being. Can you turn your mind off and sleep well? Raise your hand if you're like, yep, I'm able to control my mind, right? Good. Okay, and if you're working on it, that's fine too, right? Do you feel safe in your body? Okay, and just tune in if you feel safe in your body regularly, right? Or if you're like, what? Okay. So 100%, how do we feel more safety and trust in our body intelligence, okay? Are you able to set clear boundaries and say no when needed? How many of y'all feel good at setting boundaries and being clear? How many of y'all are good at that? How many are like, I'm working on it? All right, yep, working on it. Great. It's a constant. I'm always working on it, And when you have a partnership, you always get to practice. Okay, how many of y'all exercise regularly? Raise your hand if you exercise regularly and feel pretty strong in your body. Raise your hand. Great. Very good. Now raise your hand if you want to improve. How many want to improve your physical body and vitality? Raise 2 hands. Like, yeah, I want to improve. Okay, good. Raise the roof, right? Feeling strong, flexible, and that's what we're going to do today. So very good. I wanted to share a quick story that a client I work with, more than about 12 years ago. And she came to me with multiple sclerosis. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's where the myelin sheath around the nerve begins to deteriorate. And now people lose motor function, right? She was in her mid-20s. And we were doing personal training, squats and simple things for 6 months. And then something magical happened. She came to a Qigong class, right? And after about maybe a month or 2 of coming weekly to Qigong classes, she set her walker down and, she would stand up for as long as she could doing the Qigong. And then after, the 45 minutes of class, she was able to walk with no help to her walker. She was able to walk to her car. And from then on, she was just walking everywhere, right? And it's because she showed up, you know, and she just showed up for the practice. You know, she wasn't training 7 days a week. She was showing up with me twice a week, right? And then doing a couple things on her own twice a week, you know? And so I have no doubt that, you know, the chi, there's something important about that energy, that consciousness. And there's something very important about actually building the physical structure, you know, really activating the muscles and the fibers, okay? So whatever you want, whatever dreams you have, know that you can heal anything. You can create, you know, you can really put the effort in and transform. All right, here we go. Earth Mastery, principle number 1 of embodiment, okay? So we're gonna go into our breathing practice now, all right? So these in Chinese medicine and Qigong are called the 3 treasures, right? The 3 treasures. And so it all starts from learning how to ground into your body and build energy. And then that overflows into every other aspect of your life. Okay, your relationships will improve, your confidence will improve, your just everything, right? So what we're gonna do now is put one on the heart and one on the belly, okay? So as we tune in here, keep your eyes just gently open, right? And keep 90% of your awareness inside of you. We're learning to ground this awakened consciousness. And so this first thing we're going to do, we call it the belly's breath or the scholar's breath, right? So as you breathe, allow your belly to expand, just gently allowing your belly to fill with the breath. Then as you exhale, just let the jaw soften. And you're tuning into your physical energy, okay? Take about 3 more slow, deep breaths. And notice if you're still breathing into the you know, the high chest, or if you're able to allow the belly to move first. Tuning into your physical energy. And for fun, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 your energy is high, 1 your energy feels low, right? Your physical energy. Maybe you stayed up late, or maybe you got really good sleep and you're just feeling very strong in your physical energy. And then moving to the heart. I'm going to inhale through the nose, bring the awareness to the heart center, the emotional balance. And exhale a sigh. Saying hello to our heart. Just allowing whatever sound feels natural. Good. Becoming aware of your emotions. What is your emotional landscape today, right in this moment? Are you feeling inspired? Are you feeling emotional in any way? Are you frustrated? Are you peaceful? Whatever you're feeling in your emotional body is perfect. I know the last couple of days I was experiencing a combination of fear and excitement, you know, a combination of sadness sometimes and also courage. So know that our emotional landscape can have a number of emotions happening at the same time, and we can rest at the center of that. And now we're going to take 5 warrior's breath. Okay, so we've been doing this belly breathing for, you know, maybe 5 or 10 breaths. Now we're going to do some warrior's breath. Okay, and the belly breath is to calm our nervous system. All right, and the warrior's breath is to invigorate. So when I'm feeling stressed out, right, I'll do this kind of warrior's breath work, or I might exercise. Okay, or I'll do my movement flow to move the adrenaline, to move the stress chemicals. Okay, and more importantly, to just drop in. Okay, become present to our breath. So we're gonna take 5 breaths. Now, if you get a little lightheaded doing this warrior's breath, that's normal at first. Okay, so we're gonna breathe with sound through the tip of the nose. And instead of breathing into the belly, right, hands on the belly, I'm gonna breathe into my heart and let the chest just fill up. Okay, let the ribs expand. Okay, so we do that 5 times and then just exhale slow. All right, here we go. On 3 together. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Empty out all your air. Then breathe in with sound through the nose. And out. There's a gentle rocking of the spine. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock forward. In and out. 4, feeling our core. And number 5, with an inner smile, breathe in. Then relax your shoulders, exhale slow. Through your mouth, letting your body relax, soften. And then taking a few more breaths, just naturally. Observing your energy, your physical energy. You may notice a tingling or a sensation in your being as the channels awaken from the breath. You may notice a feeling of just space or clarity. Whatever you're feeling is perfect. And then breathing in from the heart. Now bring your awareness to your mind, the third treasure. And see a light in the center of your brain, your pituitary gland, your pineal. And notice the quality of your mind right now in this moment. It's breathing into the belly. Noticing if your mind feels clear, spacious, or maybe you feel a little scattered. Maybe there's something you're worried about, right? Just observing, where is your mind right now without judgment. Then smile to your mind, because our mind is a tool, right? Our mind is not who we are. We are soul, we are spirit. And our mind is our tool, not the other way around. And now that we've done a few belly breaths, let's do another round of warrior's breath. Okay, one more round. And we'll do 5 breaths and begin to feel some clarity in the mind, some light in the mind. On 3, we exhale together. 1, 2, breathing in. 3, let it go. In and out. Breathing in with sound. 3, a little bigger with love in the heart. 4, calling in clarity. And 1 more. Breathing in big and hold for just a moment. Relax your shoulders, exhale through your mouth. Relax, slow exhale. Allowing yourself to drop into your center. Dropping in. And we're calming our nervous system right in this moment. So if you yawn or feel anything like that, it's totally natural. And become aware of the sensations of qi in your body. And smile to every cell. And then let's massage the heart now. And then bring the qi down into the belly, okay? So just feel that you're pulling the qi down, grounding down, and then massage the belly up and down a few times. Good, and then massage the kidneys, ground into the kidneys, help calm our adrenals. Oh, that feels so good. I feel great. Hallelujah. We have a body, hallelujah. Our body's our vehicle for awakening, you know? That's what we're here for. And then just move your body in a nourishing way, right? You need to just wiggle a little bit or open your neck. Just take a minute, right? Some seated Qigong. Oh, I do this with in my meetings every day, with my clients every day. Like, all right, we're gonna breathe, we're gonna stretch, we're gonna go deep. Great work, y'all. Okay. Here, roll the shoulders a little bit. We're gonna get into some depth here. So put in the chat box, what did you notice? What did you notice from those 3 areas? Physical energy, emotional energy, and your mind. Okay, what shifted for you in that 5-minute practice? Okay. What shifted for you? And in the chat box, you can just put physical, emotional, and mental if you want, right? The mental and the spiritual is woven in together a little bit. So just put that in the chat box. Let me know how that practice was, okay? I'm just reading a few of the comments here. Paula said, divine chi. Sebastian said, same here, feeling sadness, courage, fear, and love. Megan, physical 8, emotional 8, mental 8. Although my mind was racing today and energized. Mona Lisa, that's a cool name. Mental, mind emptied. Wonderful. Paula. Mental, physical, Marion, physical, more centered. Excellent. This is good. This is good. What's up, Bianca? What's up? Yo, what's up, Megan? What's up, Stacy? Okay. So let's keep having some more fun, right? Let's see. Stacy said, I was feeling irritated with everything on earth. Now I'm just feeling quiet. Yay. Right? It's kind of a crazy time to be alive, right? The earth is going through major transformations and we're like cells on the earth. You know, we're all going through our own great awakening and we're all being purified, right? Excellent. Dorja said physical energizing and calming at the same time. That's the sweet spot, right? That's that flow space. Shivers down the spine, emotional wellness and calm. Beautiful. Beyond feeling grounded. Megan Allen, so fabulous to be with y'all today. Okay, so let's keep diving into the magic here. I'm gonna share my screen once again. And you know, so this is what we just did within this 5 minutes, right? So high beta is our conscious mind, right? We're busy, we're doing emails, we're, you know, in life, okay? Beta is like, you know, just that waking consciousness, right? Now, alpha is the meditative state that all of us just touched into, right? You can see there's more activation. Now, theta, this is a deeper state that happens in deep meditation, right? You know, with longer Qigong practices or breath work. And then they've actually connected Tibetan monks and meditators to the EKG and found that when they get into these high meditative states, they actually tune into delta, okay? And so that's what we're doing here. We're changing our brain waves. And you know, I say this all the time, and breath rate controls heart and brain state, okay? Breath rate controls heart and brain state. Very simple, very key. And because it's so simple, most people forget, right? So the fastest way to calm the storm outside, you know, if there's riots or crazy things, take those 5 deep breaths, slow everything down and come into your center, okay? So now let's get into a little more geeky science, which I love. So we're training the body how to, you know, from emotional reaction, okay? The limbic brain. So the sympathetic nervous system is what we just tapped into, okay? Or rather the parasympathetic nervous system, okay? So the parasympathetic nervous system at the bottom, this is rest and digest, right? That's that response to peace, that response. We release serotonin, dopamine, and feel-good neurochemicals are activated. Our brain waves are slow and our heart comes into coherence. Now, when we get a stress response from a tiger or an email or a partner, fight or flight happens, and this response to threat leads to adrenaline and cortisol spike and a deactivation of the higher brain functions, right? Because all the blood leaves the brain, it has to go to the kidneys and the muscles in case we need to run. So now our neocortex is no longer activated. We can't really think very straight. So our brain waves are frenetic and our heart and lungs tighten up, okay? So I do my best never to make a decision from this kind of place, right? That place of urgency. You know, or a good sign that you're, you know, really good sign is if you start noticing in your day-to-day life, you're like, man, I keep knocking into things, right? I keep spilling things or breaking, or like, there's these little things that, oh, I'm rushing a bit too much. I'm letting this fight or flight energy run. I'm rushing, I'm too urgent. That's when, oh, I haven't stopped and been with my breath. You know, I haven't stopped and done my movement practice, right? So then in that moment, like, you know, when I spill the tea, I'm like, oh, just slow it down, David, just relax, just don't stress out, right? So to live enlightenment, right? It's a journey, not a destination. Oh, can I be aware to use these tools in the moment when I'm in a heated argument? Okay, let me just bow out. I love you, honey. I'm triggered. I'm just gonna take a step back. You know, let's reconvene in an hour, right? And it's true because I don't want to say something hurtful, you know, to my mom or my dad or a friend, right, or my partner. Okay, so these master skills are very important, and we want to apply them. All right, so let's keep having some more fun. Does that resonate with y'all? Raise your hand if you're like, yeah, that resonates. All right. And I'm sure you've caught yourself being like, okay, let me pause before I say this. Right. And you course correct. You're like, okay, right. And there's time where you totally just go off on the deep end, right? And because we're human, and that's okay. So that's the limbic brain. We're training the limbic brain, training the dragon, right? Training our ego to be more calm and grounded and really live from our soul, really live from our heart. Sweet. So now it's noble movement practice time. It's 326. We're going to go through 4 out of the 7 animal movements from this Shaolin practice. Okay, bird, deer, crane, bow. So let's stand up. Let's have some space. Let's get into our Qigong, yo. Let's get into our hard style Qigong. All right, we're gonna get set up. Here we go. I'm gonna change this view right quick. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, let's see here. Boom, boom, one more moment. There it is. Okay. Excellent, excellent. Excellent. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, so first thing, it's all about the earth, right? So let's ground into our feet. Look down at your feet, have your feet pointed straight ahead, right under the shoulders. Bend the knees a little bit, feel the shoulders relax. Now put your hand on your head and just grow a little taller. Just feel your spine upright. Feel your tailbone drop down. Good. And we're gonna shake here for a minute. I always start every practice with shaking, okay? So this shake comes from the knees. This is one of the fastest ways to calm the nervous system, right? If you've ever seen a deer after they get into a skirmish, they'll shake, right? They'll clear off that adrenaline. So breathing in, let's do some cleansing breath, right? You can use that sound to the tip of the nose. Let out whatever sound feels natural. The sound helps to clear the stagnation. It vibrates the tissues. Let the shoulders really start to shake up and down, releasing tension from your neck, from your traps. Good. Now imagine you're holding a ball. Just let your fingers and the chi open up in your hands. A little space under the armpits. Belly is soft. Then bring the arms up, elbows heavy. Just notice what this shaking feels like you're holding a tree. And then bring the arms up over the head. Let's take 3 breaths here, just shaking off any funk. Clearing any stress. Then bring the arms out like a T. Clearing the heart, clearing stagnant emotion. And then shake and move whatever way you want. Make some big sounds. So this shaking activates the lymphatic system, okay, our body fluids, helps cellular detoxification. Let's do 3 more big breaths. Inhale through the nose. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Now stop. Bring your hands in front of your belly like you're holding a ball. Space between the fingers, space under the armpit, and take a few deep breaths. Be still. Feel the chi. Smile to your body. Good. No, inhale, raise the hands up to the heart. Exhale, palms face the earth. Relax the shoulders and the elbows. Let's open the spine. Let's do this about 20 times. Dropping the shoulders, opening our central channel. You might get a couple adjustments for free here. Nice and easy. Feeling the movement come from the hips, come from the belly. Now let your arms be soft like wet noodles, and then make a fist in both hands, and then tap the kidneys, the low back, swinging from the belly and the hips. We call this ringing the temple bell. Clearing the cortisol. Deep breath. 10 more. Slow breath. And then slowly come to a still point. Good. Let's do one more. Bring the hands on the hips. Let's do about 5 hip circles. Just opening up the lower gates, opening up the hips, the back. Long, smooth breath. Good. Then go the other way. Taking into account, how does my body feel today? What areas are sore? What areas are open? Last couple. Nice and smooth. Very nice. Then come to a still point now. The hands reach down by the side. We'll start our practice with the bird, opening the spine. Breathe in, reach to your fingertips, raise the arms up to the sky. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, so to feel your glutes, your quads, reaching up to the sky. Engaging your muscles. As you exhale, soften the shoulders a little bit, soften the knees. One more breath. Invigorating the spine. Now inhale, palms face forward, pull down into this T and look to your left. Take one deep breath here. Creating an energetic structure and boundary and container. And now look forward and point your fingertips down like a beak and look to your right. Take one more breath here. Down into your belly. Now look forward and inhale, palms scoop, gathering round the mid-back. Open the mid-back. And then straighten your spine, pulling one fingertip at a time. Start to fire your back, about 70%, 80%. Fire your biceps. Start to engage your core and take 2 more breaths here. Breathing in, the belly softens. As you exhale, feel the strength inside your body. Tighten the muscles a little more. One more. And exhale, brighter and tighter. Engage the fists, the back, biceps, legs. And inhale, gather. Open the hands. Exhale, press. Clearing, cleansing, renewing. Then breathe in here. Feel the earth. Feel your feet. And scoop up. Palms face forward. Inhale, gather up. Fresh energy. Exhale, pull in. Pull in. Taking one more deep breath here. Connecting to your spiritual strength. Now inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, press the sky, clearing any heaviness off your mind, off your heart. And then bring your feet together, hands together, and reach to the side gently. Biceps near the ears, opening up the lateral line of fascia. Inhale to the center. Exhale, reaching to the left as the hips go out to the right. And hold it here. Take 3 deep breaths. This is charging up energy in our spine. Opening the blockages. Strengthening our spine. Then inhale, center. Now exhale, go to the other side. Breathing into your belly, 3 slow breaths. Beginning to feel the heat and the warmth of chi, of blood. Last breath. And rising up. Inhale, pull down. You can step out under the shoulders and then reach for your toes or your knees or the floor. And then take 3 breaths, crown to the ground. You can gently bend and straighten the legs a couple times. Clearing the spine, opening the mind, nourishing the kidneys. One more breath. And then round up. Round up. Slow red shoulders 3 times. And then be still and take a couple more deep breaths. Feel your consciousness. Feel the electricity in your body. Slowly inhale, bringing the hands in front like we're holding a ball of chi. Now we move into the deer. So you're gonna inhale and scoop up, shift to your right, step back with your left and reach. Okay, so from the side, back from the side, looks like this. And then reach your arms up on inhale. And as you exhale, just feel you're fairly tall, right? You're not going into a deep lunge. Grab your left arm, then gently reach over toward your right shoulder. And my left heel, okay, that back leg, I'm driving a little bit through the heel, right? So this is a gentle psoas and hip stretch. Right, counters all of the sitting we do in today's culture. Then inhale, straighten the spine, come on up. And then as you exhale, just a little sink and reach. Now hold here for a couple breaths. Don't go super deep, just be gentle at first. Very good. And inhale, rise up. We go into crane. Palms go into this T. Okay. And now I'm going to bend into my front leg, right? My back heel, if you look, I'm going to drop the heel on the ground. So it's at a 45 degree. And then I'm going to start to straighten this leg. And wherever you're at, if you're here, right? Or if you can start to reach down your head toward your knee, just be gentle. I'm going to hold this for 3 breaths, opening the hamstrings, opening the spine. You need to scoot that back leg a little bit forward. You can do so. Feel your belly pressing against your legs, filling with chi. One more breath. When you're ready, bend that front leg and you're going to scoop up. And then exhale, pull in and hold here. Having that clear vision, each exhale engaging your core a little more, engaging your arms, your back. One more breath. Then step forward, inhale. Gather chi, stand up tall, and exhale, ground the chi down into the lower dantian, into the legs. And then we scoop to the other side, shift to the left. Reach back with your right as the hands come forward. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Grab your right wrist and then reach just gently over. It's like I'm reaching slightly behind my left shoulder. And inhale, rise up. Straighten the leg. Exhale, sink down a little bit. Reach over, start to feel the sensation in the lower belly, the hips a little bit. One more breath. Then rise up into crane, inhale, swooping down. Bend that front leg and that back heel will connect to the floor, right? And then you reach, start to gently straighten that front leg. And just listen to your body. Just go as far as feels natural. Don't push anything. Don't crank anything. 3 breaths. Opening the leg channels. Healing the spine. Last breath. Now inhale, gather up again. Bend that front leg, scoop. Slow, and then pull in. Hold here for a couple breaths. Calling in that strength, that courage, that love. Sending a smile down inward. Inhale, gather, step forward, scooping into the heart, and exhale down. You're pressing this ball down, grounding into your belly and your legs. Then palm facing palm, we call this holding post. And take 3 breaths here. Observe the chi and the blood in your body. Close your eyes for this one. Good. Great work, everyone. Now, our last movement is the bow and arrow. Okay. So this also invokes the quality of the eagle, kind of piercing with our vision and our strength. So you're going to scoop up again, shift to the right. And then you're going to step out a little wider than your shoulders and inhale, gather up. Toes are slightly pointed outward. And exhale, sink down a little bit, all right? With time, you'll be able to sink nice and deep. But for today, just listen to your body and then bring the hands level with the chest. Take a couple breaths here. Tailbone is dropped down. So from the side, my butt's not sticking out, just gently down and under. And I'm not super deep yet, right? Just listen to your body. And as you train, you can start to sink deeper and deeper. Now we inhale, let the arms float down, straighten the legs. Now we're going to draw that bow. Take the right hand, pull, draw the bow, and as you exhale, sink down a little bit more and look at your hands. Inhale, rising up, gathering energy, switching sides. Exhale, drawing that bow, opening the way for clarity. Inhale, gather. Exhale, draw the bow. Tiger's eye, clear vision and courage. Firing the back muscles. Inhale, rise. Exhale, draw the bow. The arrow of precision, of grace. One more each. Inhale, gather. Exhale. Calling in that strength, that courage, that love. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Hold here for 3 breaths. Breathe into your belly, looking out with that tiger's eye, bringing that clarity, courage, love, and discernment. Feel the burn in your legs. Last breath. Then inhale, rise, let the hands float down. And just bring your hands to your hips for a moment. Just feel your legs. Then we'll inhale, step together, feet under the shoulders. And exhale, we'll pull down 3 times to close. Grounding our spirit, giving thanks. Big inhale with that inner smile. Giving thanks to all of our community, all of our enlightened teachers, all of our relations. And deep breath in, one more. Honoring you, honoring yourself, honoring the teacher inside of your heart. And then bring both hands over the navel center. Take 3 more deep breaths here in stillness to close. And planting those seeds for this year, planting those seeds of your vision. Massage, giving thanks. Circling and open up the legs a little bit, feet. How y'all feeling? That was great. That was like 10 minutes of magic, maybe 15. So let me know in the chat box how you feeling. How's your physical energy? How's your emotional energy? How's your spiritual chi? Let me know how y'all are doing. Let's see here. How do I change this view so I can see everybody? There we go. That's it. Oh, what's up, Tanya? Great to see you. I love it. Love it. Sebastian, what's happening? So if you're feeling pretty awesome, put 2 hands up. That was great. That was short, sweet. How many of y'all got a little burn in the legs or some other area? But raise your hand if you're like, yep, that was burning. Good. How many of y'all were like, I want to burn more? How many like, give me more? Anybody there? George, that's what's up. That's what's up, right? So this gets to be fun, right? I've been calling it my joyful discipline, right? When I'm stuck in my mind, I'm stuck in my emotions, I'm like, I just need to move. I need to center myself. I need to let go of all the worries of my ego and center my spirit through my body, okay? And just move some chi in a simple way. I just need to move some of these neurochemicals out of my system, right? And now I'm fresh, right? So, just take a moment and just close your eyes for a moment after that. And just imagine your life, what you can accomplish if you did something like this every day. How would you be able to show up in the world for your family, for yourself, for your community, right? Just imagine each morning waking up, doing something to invigorate your spirit and your body, right? These are the superpowers we're cultivating. And just know that that's real. That's real, right? And make that inner commitment to yourself to show up for your practices, right? Water that seed every day, water that dream every day, and take some actions every day, okay? Yeah, and it's gonna happen. Very good. So just when you're ready, open your eyes and feel free in the chat box to write down anything that you're like, you know what, I'm calling this in for this year. I'm calling in more time with my daughter. I'm calling in more abundance. I'm writing the book. Whatever you're doing, like, what do you want to show up for? I'm calling in a daily spiritual practice, calling in a daily body practice, right? Start putting that in the chat box. And that way we can just hold space for you, right? It's like, that's what this community is all about. How can we hold space for each other? Where do you want to see the needle move in your life, right? And so for me, a lot of this year is about dedicating more time and energy to my family, to my wife, to my daughter, and really letting that be my spiritual practice, So I get my spiritual practice, body movement, and then I'm like, oh, how can I help more in the kitchen? How can I really allow, right? So whatever that is for you, and I have a nice list of many things, but what's the one thing, right? What's that one thing? And so I'm curious if y'all are ready to learn about how you can join the academy. So we've got a spiritual warriorship program coming up, 6 weeks. It's magic. It's awesome. Raise your hand if you're like, yep, I'm curious. I want to train. I want to know what you got cooking. So I'm going to share my screen. Boom, shakalaka. And let's just keep going, right? Just answer this question. Kind of different because you make it in this world if you do these practices every day. So, we got a real Jedi Academy happening, So raise your hand if you're committed to your soul growth. You're like, yep, my soul, my mission is number one. Raise your hand if you're 2 hands if you're like, yes, I'm training my soul big time this year. So, what I see, I've been doing this for 15 years now in this life. And, the real problem is being a spiritual warrior, meaning just being awake, right? It's a daily commitment. And the biggest reason we don't succeed, we lack the right mentorship and accountability, right? We're not living in the temples with monks, and we're not meditating 5 hours a day, right? We live in the marketplace, right? We live in the world. So how do we bring these teachings from the mountain into our daily life and bring this light into all of our relations, right? It takes accountability, and it also takes, a community. So, thank you for being a part of this community, and thank you for showing up here today. And, I always ask myself this, especially every year, what's really at stake? What, if I only had one more year to live, what would I want to do with my time and energy? And how could I show up? Right? What would that look like? And so when I take that sober look at my life, and it's like, wow, if I don't do these practices, I'm in pain, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm stressed, right? And then just life just takes us over, and we don't leave the legacy we were meant to leave, right? And so one of my biggest missions on this planet is to help support the youth, right? Because the youth are there's a lot more mental stress and anxiety and so forth. And so, it's been my dream to really help out not only the youth, but indigenous people, people of color, people, all people, right? But I'm like, how can I give back? How can I give back, to those who aren't able to do these kinds of things, And man, I felt so just so overjoyed when I was able to teach with the inner city kids, 6,000 kids for free. We did these practices, and it was just, there was so much joy in my heart to see these kids light up, and feel, those who live in concrete jungles be able to reconnect to their soul, reconnect to their spirit, So I just talked a lot there. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about these things. And so let's get into it, right? So spiritual warriorship, 6 weeks, okay? So this training, I ran this training 3 other times, and it has been profound, right? The results that people are getting, feeling, more flexible than they ever have, and like healing so much, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And so we started in about, what is that, 2 weeks, 17th? Yeah, exactly 2 weeks, okay? So what do you get in this training? What is this training all about? Embodiment 101 curriculum. So after the last 4 years of building this academy, we've realized the biggest missing link is people aren't embodied, right? So we try to do all these spiritual things and do all these, but we're not really fully in our body. We don't know how to be safe in our body and really feel confident and at ease in our body. So this is a breakdown of the 6 weeks. We're going to go through alignment, increasing pliability, which means flexibility, right? And increasing strength and the flow of our body, okay? So you're gonna learn a 7-animal Qigong form, right? You're gonna use a foam roller to unwind old tissues and patterns. And of course, we're gonna go deeper into the breath work. And then these areas, we're gonna work with the throat chakra, the root, and really the lower dantian to get you really grounded into your body, right? The root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, okay? First, second, and third chakras. And these are connected to our glands, right? Our adrenal glands and so forth. So you're going to get a deep spiritual understanding as well as a deep scientific understanding of why these ancient practices work, okay? So it includes 6 weeks of master classes. There'll be 90 minutes each, okay? And you get support and accountability. You'll get your own little app. So you have your practices, your daily videos, your movements, your meditations right there. And what's great, we can leave comments, you build the community, right? And as we know, when we have a group going through an initiation together, we can feel that chi and we show up bigger, we show up better, right? Because, it's easier to let myself down. It's harder to let a community down, right? It's like, oh, I want to show up for my people, right? Just because we don't have a real dojo don't mean we can't show up for our practices, right? That's why we got the digital dojo, right? We get to do this from all over the place. And so the breakdown, how many of y'all are like, this is pretty fantastic? Yeah, this is cool. I'm gearing in a little bit. So I'm gonna break down some more of the kind of big takeaways. Number 1, body mastery, right? So we learn the ancient movements of the Shaolin warriors, develop strength, flexibility, harness chi. Psychological mastery, we discover the one block that is preventing you from living your best life, right? And discover those prime areas where we're giving away our power. Okay, so it's all about reclaiming our power and really noticing, where are we giving away our power? And how do I solidify it in my body, my mind, my spirit? The third is emotional mastery, okay? You're gonna learn how to alchemize negative emotions, how to clear old emotions from the body, okay? My first grandmaster, he always said, the issues in the tissue, right? And our body is our unconscious mind. So as we open the body, we heal the body, our mind heals, our emotions heal. And so we can learn how to access courage and fearlessness in any situation, because things are a little crazy right now. And number 4, spiritual mastery and mindset training. We get to learn the 4 secrets of high performance. So I've worked with NFL, pro athletes, moms, dad, old people, young people. And I've noticed this pattern, right? Like, how do we anchor meaning and purpose into our neurology and body, right? That develops natural discipline, that develops follow through, that we're able to stick to our word and also be compassionate with ourselves, right? Because we're all going to make mistakes. So how can we also cultivate compassion and a quality of gentleness with our body and our spirits and be able to show up, right? And that's really what it's about. And so for y'all who are watching this right now or on the replay, now if you feel called to join the next 3 days, okay, you just go. We're putting in the link right now in the chat box. Okay, so click on that link if you're like, I'm stoked, I want to train. And if you sign up in the next 3 days, you're going to get the sound vibration training, which is a live master class. I've been waiting a decade to teach this, Songs of the Ancients. Okay, and that's going to be 3 live master classes starting February 24th. Okay, and that goes for $222. So that's if you sign up, you're going to get that as part of this. Okay, and I'm curious, how many of y'all feel that your desire to speak more authentically, to develop those clear boundaries in communication? Raise your hand for like, yeah, like I want to work on my voice. I want to work on my throat. I want to work on my expression. Great. So this is the breakdown of the sound vibration training, right? Number 1 goal, connect you to your true nature efficiently and effectively. Reclaim the power of your authentic prayer technology, how to activate your soul songs, healing the chakras through glandular Qigong, which is sound vibration, how to transform fear and anger through mantra and meditation, reconnect with your true inner voice, develop courage and compassion through creative expression, and create anchors of strength and love in every community. Hallelujah. I can't wait to sing with y'all. And I mean, that's really, that's what it's all about. Ancient mysteries unlocked, right? So, this is my training, right? This is our training. And the primary source of this material comes from Dr. Jerry Allen Johnson, the work from Daniel Goldman, Chakra Frequencies, and my primary studies with Rabbi Shepherd Gold, The Magic of Hebrew Chant, as well as Neil Douglas Klotz and Prayers of the Cosmos. I've been studying Aramaic and Hebrew and all of the languages of light. So that's what's cooking, y'all. We also have a year-long program, but I don't even want to get to that. That started in April. This is just like prime time, And when I'm feeling low, I go to my singing. I'm just like, let me just sing my little heart out, because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to move. I'm sad and depressed, It's like, wait, let me just, I just like start to just play, and something shifts in there, So I'm here for y'all. I would love to know your questions. Would love to hear your insights from today. And if you're ready to train, go to that website and let's do it. Let's do it. We start in 2 weeks, So I'm all yours. Questions, feedback. It's just time to party now. Now we just get to have tea and chill the fuck out. Megan, what's up?
What's up? I just wanted to sing David's praises. I took his last training and it is incredible. It's like unbelievable. This man is like so dedicated and such a humble, brilliant teacher. So go for it, go for it, go for it. Your life will be changed. So I just wanted to say that, like literally he's the real deal. So yeah, that was my share for today. So
thank you, Ray. Oh, you bring tears of joy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So after someone shared, we're just gonna give a whoosh, okay? Just send some love to our community. So Megan, I think you're in California, right? We're gonna send you some love out there. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you for your presence. Yeah. So we'd love to hear, how was your experience? What was that movement practice like for y'all? Love to hear from you. You can, yeah, just raise your hand. Perfect. What's up, my man, Dorja?
Yes, yeah, thank you so much, David. It was very amazing. I mean, I felt very much energized and calmed down at the same time, which, as you said, is a sweet spot to be at, right? Yeah,
Nice.
I really enjoy Qigong. I enjoy your work that I followed on YouTube. So yeah, was amazing. My
Nice.
question was, okay, we're healing the first three chakras. Where are the rest? Where's the
Yeah.
upsale? There's another
Yeah.
class.
Yeah. That comes in the year long, you know?
Ah, sweet. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
I'm
great
seriously
question.
interested. Yeah.
No, it's a great question. I appreciate you. You know, and what I've found in the trainings for myself and for my students and clients, it's like, you know, like to develop a confidence in our body and to open up that place. Then now we can open up emotionally and we can open up our higher centers, right? Because if we open up our higher centers without going through, you know, our body, then we're creating from old patterns. We're creating from trauma. We're creating from injury. So once we heal that through our body, right, the root, right, our safety issues, our security issues, our creative issues, our sexuality issues, our boundary issues, right, are like express. Like once we start to hone these in on a physical level, now we have the chi to work with our shadows more. We have the chi to really reprogram our mind, because or else you see a lot of spiritual bypassing. You see a lot of people that aren't embodied and they're just telling themselves, well, it's all good, all is love, you know, but then they're poor with their money, or they can't say no, or they're right. It's like, so we always start from the root up, and now we can create from a clear mind, and we can trust the visions, right? And we're not having not because there's no blockage, right? So it's a really great, valuable question, Dorja, and
Mm.
um, so thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining this. Makes so much sense. I think we see this all the time that people are not really in
Yeah.
their bodies, but on a spiritual path somewhere up in space. So definitely
Yeah.
appreciate. I'm in, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, my man. Yeah. Thank you. So let's send them a blast of chi. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. To Mexico. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And Bianca right here. Great to see you on here.
Thank you.
There we go.
Gracias. Like always, such an answer to my prayers to deepen into this practice. So thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm very clear in the question that I want to share, but it's just I was just feeling. I'll do my best.
Yeah.
I wondered if in the course is there any through the practices any opportunities to discuss solidarity with indigenous communities, communities of color that continue to be underrepresented in many levels. So I wondered if there is space through the practice to create
Oh
a
yes.
container for those conversations.
Yes. Yeah. And I love that you're speaking into it, because that's where my heart is, you know. And so these communities, we, you know, when we have class, you know, that 90-minute class, we get to do the practices, and then like, what did that bring up for you? And how can we bring these practices to our communities? You know, some simple breath work, some simple body work. You know, I grew up in the ghettos, right? I grew up around a lot of, you know, Black and Mexican and Filipino, and you know, like I played football. I was rugged, man. It was hard, you know. And I remember stealing. I remember being like, "Fuck, life is hard," you know, and creating this like us versus them, like, oh, the people who have money are all. I was like, that doesn't serve. Like, that's not what I'm here to do, you know. So I really was like, and now that I have, right, now that I have money, now that I have a thriving business and a school, I'm like, how do I get back? You know, how do I get back? I don't want their money. I want to give back to these people, you know, that we have our modern Western culture, whether we like it or not, you know, has taken, right? We've been takers, our whole society, all of the earth, right? We've been taking and taking and taking. It's like, no more taking, please. I want to give, you know, and yeah, it really touches me, you know. Yeah, you don't want to give to the earth, you know. We're here to bring balance to the earth, you know, and to our families, you know. Yeah, thank y'all. Just, you know, thank y'all for being here, you know. Yeah, we're not alone. You know, we're not alone. And we're gonna do it for the children too, you know. The children are lost right now. The children are like, what the fuck are y'all adults doing? The children be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Right. So I see these practices with the YMCA, with the children, you know. Some teachers from Ohio said they're using my classes in their schools. I was like, y'all using my Qigong videos? They're like, yeah, do you have Qigong for kids? I was like, not yet, but let's make it. You know, let's just make some Qigong for kids, you know? So, you know, my heart's really feeling like, all right, like, you know, like each one of you, I want to empower y'all as leaders, you know? Who do you want to help? You want to help the old folks? You want to help the young? You want to help the indigenous? Who you want to help? You know, you want to help the CEOs transform their business practices? That's just as important, right? So I work with leaders of businesses, being like, how do you come back to your heart? And how do we create from a place of centeredness and not, you know, not from selfishness, right? And that's really what this school is all about. You know, how do we give? So there's definitely space to talk about that, Bianca. Yeah. So thank you. And yeah. And also, just so y'all know, I'm gonna be doing a West Coast tour. So I'm living on the East Coast, but this summer I'm gonna be hitting Austin. I'm gonna hit San Diego, Oakland, Colorado, definitely. Okay, so my goal is to hit like at least 4. I want to hit like 4 spots, y'all. Okay, so if you know y'all on the West Coast, wherever you may be, come on, join the party. Okay, and you know, we're gonna do some 4-hour deep dive, right? Just this is the tape. We do some 4-hour deep dives, and you know, and I want to do a retreat in Mexico sometime, so that way people from Europe, because Mexico, you can come in and it's all gravy train, and we just train it, you know. No need to do anything you don't want to do to come train in person. All right, so that's all I have to say about that. So let's give Bianca a big whoosh here. See, you got the waterworks out of me. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you for holding it down for your people, for your tribe, for the indigenous, for women. Here to empower the women too. Let's lift up our women, and let's lift up our men, because our men are slacking, y'all. Our men are slacking on this planet. It's real, right? And so just want to say thank you for each of you, you know. And just look at the percentage here, right? Look at the percentage here. It's like there's more women, right? It's like, oh, the women are on point. So like, you know, so if you have men in your life, like, hey, share this work, say, hey, come and join the party. Let's train our heart, right? We need to have true mentors, right? And our society doesn't have a lot of true mentors, you know, unfortunately. You know, it's like, what is it? Athletes, rappers, CEOs, I don't know, movie stars, right? It's like, who do we, right? It's like, oh, the Dalai Lama. What about the Dalai Lama? Well, Dalai Lama is a whole nother story. Right? You know, and so it's like, it's just creating a pathway of like, what is the warrior healer? What is the spiritual warrior? Right? And you don't have to be a man or a woman to access this spiritual strength, right? Because we have both. We have man and woman inside of ourselves, you know. And I just know that, you know, our men are you know, have more distractions, right? Women naturally connect, men stay isolated, pretend everything's cool, you know. And then, you know, I know, you know, there's just, so that's on my heart, you know. I'm like, I want to help everybody. Let's help everybody, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm doing a men's retreat too this summer, and I'm gonna do probably one in the winter, right? And so I'm just like stoked to show up for y'all, big as I can, you know. And in, you know, balancing that love with that strength, balancing that compassion with that courage. I like, yeah. If you're feeling it, let me know. If you're like, if you're feeling it, let me know. Yeah. Thanks, y'all, so much. Daniel, good to see you. Yeah, Paula, what's up? Over there in Vegas. What's up?
I really wanted to add, when he asked about those 3 chakras,
yeah,
how on point you are with that. In my own practice, I do like chakra alignments and stuff. And those are the 3 chakras that, especially right now, Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Like, you are so on point with that. And it's a great question, but like those 3 chakras right now are out of
Yeah.
control. Like in my own
Yeah.
practice, it's very, very
Yeah.
rare I get any other ones that are like out of balance or blocked, or it's really those three.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to say,
Yeah.
like, Megan, this man is the real deal. Yeah, like I've been with you like almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. 10
this,
years.
you are
Yeah,
amazing.
wild.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
for
you. Thank
all
you
of your
so
hard
much.
work. Like, not only are you knowledgeable, you have the heart. Like, there's so many people that have the knowledge and lack the heart, and you have them both. And anyone who learns from you is beyond grateful and lucky. Let's touch everyone.
Let's touch everybody. Let's touch everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna give you a big whoosh of love here, Paula. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much. Yeah, excited to keep, training with y'all, and being in this space, being in this space is where it's at. I feel so peaceful now, like I don't think there's any more words to say. Yeah. And I'm here for you, if you want to keep hanging out, drinking tea, singing songs, we can do whatever y'all want to do. Yeah, you're so welcome, Amber. Yeah, Daniel, how are you doing, my friend? It's been a while. How you been?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had a couple questions actually.
Yeah, please.
Let's see, what was the first one? Your second course that you're offering, these toning, the sound. I think I spoke to you here in Colorado when I met you.
Yes.
We're just getting it going, and I was wondering when that is happening. What the dates are.
That's a great question. So we will start February 24th, and I'll make sure to send up a follow-up email with all the dates and the details and the tuition and everything. So that starts, we'll have our kickoff class Thursday, February 24th, and it'll be 2-hour class. And then it'll be 2 Sunday classes, and we'll set aside 3 hours for that. So I'll set, because the weekend, there's a little more space, to try to fit in. And I wanted to go deep with the sound to really have the spaciousness. I was thinking about doing it over a 6-week span, and little by little bit, I was like, now let's like really be in that sacred vibration together, so we get to meditate, we get to do breath work, get to do toning, and we're gonna do a little shaking. We can't just sit on our asses for 3 hours, that's for sure. So February 24th, yep, it'll start, and then it'll be that Sunday the 27th, and then the following Sunday, March like 6th, I think.
Okay.
Great question.
The other question was, for the 6-week course, if I miss one of these, is it all going to be recorded and accessible?
Yes. Yeah, it'll all be recorded and accessible, and you'll be able to have access to all the recordings for eternity, right? We'll send out the links so you can save them and you can rewatch them as much as you want. You can train with them. If you have to miss, no problem. Do your best to show up live, and if you have to miss, we send the replay within 24 hours, so then you can do your practice on Friday or Saturday, and it'll be just as powerful.
Awesome.
Yeah, great question, my man. I like that. Bringing the practical. So when is it, how, right? Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah, I'm excited to come back this summer in Colorado and train with y'all in person.
Awesome.
And keep building the tribe.
Yeah, I look forward to
it. Yeah, thanks. We're gonna send you a blast here. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, my man. Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So check this out, everybody. This is an image I look at every day, and it reminds me of the little mountain home I'll live in someday. We're gonna have a big ass dojo. Hopefully we'll have like 80 to 100 acre. We have a big ass dojo with, with kettlebells and mirrors and TRXs and bow staffs and crazy cool shit. Fresh green grass and rolling hills. We train in person. It's my reminder. What am I doing it for? For the earth right here. I love the afterglow. It's great. We're just chilling. Yeah. So, you know, if you have any questions, if not, you know, happy to see y'all in there, right? We'll start in 2 weeks and you'll get the email sent out to you. And just do it. This is gonna be the best investment you've ever made, right? And I've actually lowered the price. I usually charge $1,000 for this program. And I dropped it down. You pay in full $500. Just let's get it in, right? Right. And there's also payment plans. So make that commitment to yourself. It's going to change your life. You know, I really know that to be true. And know that we're not going anywhere, you know. So now's the time. And I love y'all very much. Big hugs wherever you may be. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'll see y'all soon, right? And there's also, if you need to chat on the website, there's a book a call. You can book a 15-minute call with me if you have any further questions. Okay, if you have any serious questions, you're like, you know what, I want to chat with Dave. That's in there too. Okay, and much love, blessings, and I'll see y'all very soon.